Yeah, pass me the rock so I can shoot this three. But I look over on the wing and I see EB. CB DABully in the paint, hanging with them trees. And D cutting to the rim, Mr. Three-Man weed. Yeah, they talk a lot of smack, but they don't get no tease. There's not a topic off limits, there ain't no referees. It don't matter the sport, it don't matter the court, it don't matter the field. Things are gonna get real. They gon' hit it off the tee, straight from hole 18. It could be a par 5, still gon' land on green. Got a mean slap shot to make a goalie freeze. Coming like the avalanche from the 303. Time to lace up the cleats so you won't get beat. I just told the quarterback that it's time to go deep. We got EB, CB, DABully, and D. Get your popcorn ready, cause it's the three-man weed. Yeah, hey, it's the three-man weed. Get your popcorn ready, cause it's the three-man weed. Yeah, hey, the three-man weed.
All right, it's real. We have an episode 41. That's CB DABully. I am EB.
I'm CB.
And we are here. Let's just get right into it, man. What do you think?
Let's do that.
Let's start off with some Olympics, man. We're not going to start with basketball. We will get there, however. But I just wanted to congratulate the women's gymnastics team on taking the team gold, and to the GOAT, Simone Biles, for taking her career total to 9 medals after securing her second gold in the all-around competition. Just a beast, dog. Like, I watched some of that, and it was just like she really is incredible to watch. It was like KD said, I believe she could catch a lob and finish.
Man, effortless. It seems she has so many moves named after her. Right. She got the whole squad doing the spin on the foot, on the crouch position on one foot. The whole squad doing that now. Past USA Olympic team girls were hating, saying they were too lazy.
Yeah, I saw that. And she clapped back.
Clapped back. So that's definitely a bully type move right there in itself. And yes, a bully. When we talk about bully, it's a verb, not people. Bullies type shit. But yeah, man, go.
Yep, congrats to the whole squad, man. Let's get into basketball, though. Men and women are both taking care of business, both leading their pools undefeated. As far as the men's side, man, there was a lot made of Jason Tatum not playing in the first game, and I don't think it's a big deal. Joel Embiid didn't play in the second game. Shit happens. Like, there's only 40 minutes in the game, like they've said. It's a shorter rotation. You can only play so many guys. And I'm not surprised there's DNPs. I just thought that like players like Tyrese Halliburton or Derek White would get a majority of those DNPs. Like instead of Jason Tatum. I understand it kind of with Joel Embiid. You want to save him, health-wise, and just matchup-wise. But they've been taking care of business. They're 2-0, undefeated. Same on the women's side. They're going for their 8th straight gold, so I'm not really too worried about them either. What do you think?
Is Jason Tatum the worst player on the team?
No.
Who's the worst player on the USA team?
I mean, who's playing bad?
True. But I feel like if we did look at it, he might be the worst player on the league. It's just funny. I was thinking that, and then he got in the game and hit that, and then shot that horrible 3-pointer on the baseline off the corner of the backboard. Did you see that?
Yeah. And then he started dropping dimes.
Yeah. I'm a Jason Tatum hater right now. He just got a ring.
You hide it well.
Huh?
You hide it well.
Thank you. KD and LeBron going crazy.
I can tell you who the best player on the team is.
It's LeBron James.
No question.
No question. I would love to see him and Kevin Durant turn that kind of shit on during the regular season, but they hooping for the country, and it's lovely to see. There's nobody stopping them. This is probably the most athletic team that they were going to face in this whole thing. They came at them full force. For all the hype that came with this South Sudan team, USA wanted to clap back at that full-heartedly. You saw it, the way they were pressuring them. But shout out to that team for doing what they're doing. Shout out to Luau Deng and his organization. And if this is how USA is going to play, that's what it's going to be. I saw LeBron run right through a player. It gave me some Mamba-esque feeling in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? That kind of attitude you got to have, and let these motherfuckers know it's USA, and we did this bullshit first, and we're gonna be the ones that do it last as well.
Crazy thing about that South Sudan team is like they're currently getting their first indoor court. That's just crazy, and they're in the Olympics.
That's awesome, bro.
Huge. That's huge. Shout out to Luau Deng because his organization is the one putting that together. So another huge shout out to Luau Deng for making that happen.
And the country believing in them.
You talked really confidently right there about USA and how we do this. We did it first. We'll do it last. So, what's up with the 3-on-3 teams? They have on the opposite side of the spectrum to the 5-on-5 of the men's and the women's, where our U.S. team is undefeated. Neither one of the 3-on-3 teams have won a game.
We weren't the first to do it in the 3-on-3. That's gonna be, that's inevitable. But I don't know why the roster looks the way it does. I don't know if it's got to be an organization, if the teams played together for a while. But my 3v3 team would have looked a lot different than this.
You don't think Jimmer Fredette was our best option?
Hell no. And I know plenty of people. I don't know them personally, but I know plenty of people that would have loved to suit up for USA and get some gold somehow, especially if they weren't able to get on the Olympic team.
Anta sponsored this team, though. You see the Kai ones they're rocking?
I did see that. That was in my sneaker news, actually. But Anta doing things. Anta recruiting whole squads.
That's what's happening.
Kyrie and Clay.
They thought Jimmer was good enough.
I think they were just going to sponsor whoever was on that team.
So my thing, before, I know you're excited to get to who you would put on the team, but my thing is WNBA players are allowed to play in the 3-on-3. Cameron Brink was going to be on that team before she tore her ACL, so that could have made the team look entirely different. But there's no pro players for the 3-on-3 team for the men's side. My thing is, if Jimmer Fredette can play, why can't some of these former NBA players, or better yet, Big Three players? Why not take the 3 best players of the Big Three and make that our U.S. team?
That should have been the whole thing.
If
we're going off organizations.
If that was the case, then you take 3 All-Stars from the Big Three or something, or you take a squad from the Big Three. And I thought, that's, I can't take credit for the idea, but that's a hell of an idea. Why not use some of those guys still in shape, still playing ball, playing this kind of basketball at a high level?
Right.
With that said, though, give me one. Let's go back and forth. What's one player you would start with your U.S. 3v3 Olympics team?
This year, I would literally be on some cocky shit with the 3v3 USA team. I would find
not current NBA players, right?
Yeah, I would find ex-NBA players that can still hoop that would gladly love to suit up for this country. And I'm going to start with my big first, Dwight Howard.
Doing this thing over in Taiwan?
Huh?
Doing this thing over in, what's he doing, in Taiwan?
He's hooping. You put him in this Big Three, dog, it's shut out. He's probably shooting in this bitch and everything, too.
All right, since you started with your big, I'll start with mine. Boogie Cousins.
Why the fuck not?
3-on-3, you got to think, he can spread the floor, he can set hard screens, and he's an underrated passer. Pretty good defense, play around the rim. I think Boogie, even more so than Dwight, is suited for a 3-on-3 game.
Most definitely, he might be the 3v3 cheat code.
Right.
You can do everything.
Who else you got?
Slept on player, one of my favorite players that's not going to make the Hall of Fame, Michael Beasley. Put his ass right there in the middle of everything.
I didn't even think about him.
You know what I'm saying? Forget about it.
Nice.
Gold.
Nice pick. All right. I'll go with Mr. Big Three, ISO Joe Johnson. Was great in the league. It was one of, if not the best player in the Big Three.
Yes,
and he has proven to be a problem for anybody that has guarded him in his career.
So consistent. One of the most consistent players.
ISO Joe.
ISO fucking Joe, man. Great player. The man I want to handle the ball, get on pick and rolls, put defenders on islands. I'm going to go Jamal Crawford.
Nice.
Gold.
I got a guy in a similar role, but he's more of a wild card and better defensively. J.R. Smith.
Ooh, I would love that.
You got J.R. Boogie and ISO Joe?
That'd be so far.
Gold. Who you got coming off the bench?
I'm going to go double O Melo. Carmelo. Why not? He could do everything. Put you on an island, post you up, give him some bully opportunities as well.
All right, my bench guy, again, is more of a wild card and better defensively, but he's also a better leader. And this is the position I would have this guy in for that reason. Steven Jackson. Player turned coach in the Big Three, is a leader in all aspects of the word.
Dog.
My leader coming off the bench, Steven Jackson, stack.
Fire. Both those teams are winning gold.
Easy.
I don't know what squad they got out there. There was somebody that looked familiar, and then Jimmer Fredette.
Jimmer Fredette was the same guy to me, the one that looked familiar. I don't know what it was.
Well, Anta's winning. All those colorways they got to showcase, that was legit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Elsewhere, Katie Ledecky won gold in the 1,500-meter freestyle. Do you know how far that is? Like, how long that race is?
How long is that?
So, like, if this is one lap,
Yeah.
that's 15 fucking times.
No.
Swimming.
No way.
And you got to think earlier in her career, she was a 200 swimmer, winning medals in that. And she's extended, her career this far and has turned into a distance swimmer. But 30 times you got to touch a wall? That's crazy. Set a record in it, too. And has the most medals, is the most decorated woman of all time in the Olympics. Katie Ledecky, shout out. Another bully.
Is all that chlorine good for you?
I don't know, man. So I was thinking the other day that, like, Olympic, like, these pools have to be some of the cleanest pools in, like, the world.
You don't think they're popping a piss on the fucking 14th stroke?
Apparently, I was completely wrong. Like, everybody's peeing in that pool and, like, spitting in it, and, like, just everything is happening in those pools. Like, Olympic pools, like, where they're competing. They're just doing, but the thing that fucks me up even more about it is that you see these people before the race, and now, if I know this, swimmers know that this pool got a bunch of pee in it, but before the races, you'll see damn near all of them, if not all of them, go to the water, scoop some up.
Gargle that bitch.
The fuck?
Gargle that.
What for?
It's the way. It's like licking the bottom. It's like licking your hand and slapping the bottom of your foot.
No, it's not.
It's just part of the routine as a swimmer.
That's not.
If you're a swimmer hooper, you do that shit.
That's so different.
No, if you just told me that all of them do this, spit it out. It's routine, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's different than licking your fingers and touching your shoes.
Yeah, because they defecate.
It's gargling with everybody else's pee. It's not the same thing to me.
By the 15th lap, bro, you might have to just let a fucking Hershey nugget.
Well, okay, now you're going too far. Now you're going way too far. I don't think they're peeing while they're swimming. Like, how fast can you swim while you're peeing?
Come on, son. You might not miss a beat in the water.
I don't know, man.
You might not miss a beat. You just push off of the wall real good. You missing that line. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how we got here. Anyway, so I'm still waiting on breaking, and I need to see some handball. But what has been your favorite thing so far outside of basketball to watch?
Yeah, I'm waiting on the weightlifting and BMXing and a couple other ones too. But some of my favorite, which like it is always, is volleyball. It could be beach or on court.
Beach was good. I watched some beach.
Fire. Diving, women's and men's. China's that shit.
Yo.
China's just, there's never going to be a year they lose that shit. They're just so in sync with each other. You would think it was North Korea.
Also, it is the most relaxing thing to watch.
It's fire. It's dope, especially when they're right in sync with each other.
I've rewatched all of the diving a few times just to like relax me at the end of the night. Like, diving is just, it's relaxing to watch and incredible. The way that if they can hit the water at the same time, that shit is wild, dog.
It's like, yeah, Jabberwockies on water type shit.
Wild. Yeah, that was one of the ones I had on my list. The women's gymnastics, like I said, it was fucking fire. Not just because of Team USA, but there was another young lady from Brazil. Her last name was Andrade, I think. She took silver in the all-around competition in between Lee and the GOAT. But she was incredible too. Like,
yeah, I remember her. She was dope on the floor too.
Yeah, her floor routine was crazy.
Her on the beam was insane as well.
Just, man, gymnastics is wild. It's like watching, like how you watch skateboarding and all that shit. Like, shit I'll never, ever do.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's got to be hard to start as a kid, like Simone Biles was saying, to start as a kid and be fearless, and to now be an adult, married, and doing all this, and realizing how naive you were to the hurt you could get doing this shit. And to have the spins, I couldn't even imagine, to not be, get your head and your body in the right mode. Right.
And to just go right into something else.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Super talented. Shout out to all the gymnasts and bullies, every single one of them. Like, that's just crazy. Absolutely. Pretty quiet around the NBA, man. Tyrese Maxey's getting swole. Jaylen Brown's been in the lab. Yep. All the big moves are done for the most part. But I have a player that, like, I'm curious to see what happens with him next season.
I have one as well.
Ooh, who you got?
DeMar DeRozan. I'm interested to see how he fits in Sacktown with the collective, almost collegiate way they play over there. He's a lot of one-on-one, but I know he's a great teammate too. So I hope he... What's up?
Who do you give the last shot to in Sacramento?
At first, you got to look for DeMar.
DeMar is one of the most clutch players in the league.
Yeah. At first, you got to look for DeMar and see if he can get it done a couple times. But then listen to DeMar too, because he's not going to make the wrong call. Nah, give it to this dude. DeMar might want to have the ball and give it to the man that hits the shot too.
Right, or be a decoy or something. Yeah, but
I can tell he's a great
team. Shot off. Fox can get a shot off.
Zabonis, 15 and in.
Malik, like, yeah, they got Sac would be good to watch next year. Sacramento.
That's exactly. I got another person I'm looking at too. Who do you got?
Lonnie Walker before. Like, he had that decent year with the Lakers a couple years back. He was one of the few bright spots, especially at the end of the year for the Nets last season. And he's been talking his shit. If you see him on the interwebs, on the socials, he's saying, like, he's one of those guys. He still hasn't lived up to his full potential, and he's got something for that NBA ass.
Believe him.
He's a free agent right now. I think with the right situation, he could be in a fight for Sixth Man of the Year in certain scenarios. So I'm looking to see what Lonnie Walker IV does.
Most definitely. I like that a lot. Yeah, he kind of fell off just with that team last year. It really sucked. Everything going on, especially with the coach's family and things like that.
He played well, though.
Yeah, he did, and I hope they turn that around. But also a person that I'm looking at that made a move to see how he does this season, along with the team, is Murray over there in New Orleans.
Yeah.
The team is nice. I've seen Murray close some games out against the Celtics twice at the end of the season. It kind of looked like his team over there in Atlanta. So, New Orleans kind of looks a little more stacked now.
Do you think Ingram's on that team to start the year?
I hope so. I think that's a really good team after that, bro. Look at it. You got B.I., you got what's his name?
Who's their big now? Valanciunas went to Washington, right?
McCollum. Didn't Larry Nance leave too?
Yeah. Who's their big? So see,
that's the whole. Ion is their biggest right now.
Who is their big? Wait, oh no, they got fucking Klingon from UConn.
Okay.
Right?
Big motherfucker?
No, he went to the Grizzlies.
They might get a little better with that. Especially if they still got Steven Adams, big ass.
Oh, that was the dude from Purdue.
Right, the big dude. Like,
I'm talking about the dude from UConn, cat from UConn. I think he might have went to New Orleans or Portland. I don't know.
Shit.
Scratch that.
New Orleans. They need a big now.
Right.
But they look all right a lot of the games in the season.
Football is back as of today.
Sheesh.
At the Hall of Fame game this evening, Texans and the Bears. Congratulations to my guy Julius Peppers, Andre Johnson, and the rest of the Hall of Fame class of 2025. No real notes of the game. I was curious. I tuned in for a little bit just to see what the new kickoff looked like.
What's the new kickoff?
It's a lot to explain. You'll just have to see it. But because they're trying to make for it to still be a part of the game, be safe, but still make it exciting. So I was looking to see if there was any big plays to start. I hadn't seen nothing really of note, but I see the potential for it. So it could work. It could be cool. But that's really it. I don't even know who won. I don't really you get the preseason over with. I'm ready for the fantasy draft. I'm ready to take that money.
Okay. I won the year before last, just so you remember.
Oh, I'm back to back, son. That was 3 years ago.
Okay, for sure. You got this tallied up somewhere, bro. I'm about to take it this year, bro. We only doing the one quarterback league?
Current, reigning, defending. No, I think we got two.
No, I only saw one QB on there.
We'll see. But no, that will not be one quarterback now.
Okay, cool. We're doing two quarterbacks.
What you got on UFC 304?
UFC 304 was did not go as expected. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to go the other way. Just to say, let's see here.
For who?
The main event was Leroy Edwards versus what's his name? Muhammad the Bully is what he goes by on Instagram. He won the fight, man. He did a lot of grappling, held Leon Edwards down. It was kind of whack, but he said that's what he was going to do, and he did it. Also, Patty won by submission. He got his little, W. That was probably the biggest win in his career. And then what's his name? Blades lost. Forgot his name. I'm sorry, it was a couple days ago. Curtis Blades lost to Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall got another W. You might have to see John Jones soon.
I just want to see John Jones fight soon. Did he just get another charge? Is that what I saw? Is that what I heard?
I don't know. That'd be crazy though. My bad. His name was Bilal Muhammad. That took the belt from Leon Edwards. But yeah, man, UFC 304, crazy. Sugar Sean fight soon.
Nice.
Ready for that for sure.
But
you got
this weekend is SummerSlam, to answer your question.
Right.
I can read your mind. Stacks card, there's a few matches I'm really, really looking forward to in particular, though. We got the Intercontinental title match. It's a rematch from Money in the Bank. Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn.
Nice.
Lil Steiner earned this chance to get back at the title by breaking Ilya Dragunov to the point where he couldn't continue a match on Raw a couple weeks ago. But I think this is the time to put Braun all the way over, man. Dude is a dog for real. I watched a bunch of his highlights on Pat McAfee today from Kennesaw State, and he was a beast on the football field. He was a fullback. He said he was running high 4.2s when he's getting ready for the combine. But like, it's time to put a title on Braun Breaker. And I think it happens this weekend at SummerSlam.
That's what they call putting them over.
For real.
Putting some spotlight on them, huh?
Yep. Rhea Ripley will be facing Liv Morgan for her title to get her title back. Liv Morgan injured Rhea Ripley. She's been after Dominic Mysterio ever since. So there could be some Judgment Day fuckery, whether Dominic Mysterio gets involved directly or if Finn Balor gets involved at some point. I'm just curious to see where this goes from a story standpoint. And I'm a huge Rhea Ripley fan, so I'm excited to see her back in the ring. Also, Judgment Day related, Gunther versus Damian Priest for the world title. I can see this going either way. I've been a bigger fan of El Campeon lately than I have been. But it's time for Gunther. Like, there's no way they don't put a championship on him. He's just been booked to look so strong up to this point. I don't see how he's not the right move. I don't know if you've seen Gunther, but you gotta check him out too. He's dope. Another one is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee. This one I was listening to Wrestle Talk, and they're saying this is gonna have shades of like 96 SummerSlam with Undertaker versus Bret Hart with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. So to say the least, this could have an interesting outcome, especially since disqualifications and things like that are all at the ref's discretion. So Seth Rollins will have his hand in the match somehow. The biggest match I'm looking forward to, and I don't even know if it's for the match itself, is Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title. I think this is where Roman comes back.
You did say that.
I think this is the time he comes back. Wrestle Talk was also given some options for outcomes of how this could happen post-match, whether Solo gets the title or Cody retains. I think it's going to be an interference. When Solo looks like he might be able to win the title, a referee distraction of some kind. Right when he goes to hit that Samoan spike, boom, spear. Cody hits his finisher, 1, 2, 3, fade to black. SummerSlam's over. Cody retains. What happens next? Now, for this to happen, I don't think they should involve Jimmy and Jay yet, or Jimmy and there's another member of the bloodline in waiting from the family tree that they haven't brought in yet. 6'8" monster that might be coming in with Roman. I think this is the thing he starts off with by himself, so I don't know how he gets around the rest of New Blood to do so. But
you got to go through him.
I think that's how it goes down. Roman screws Solo out of the title, and then we start the build to Bad Blood, Survivor Series, all the way up until WrestleMania, which I heard The Rock's movie is done filming now. So with Roman screwing Solo out of the title, The Rock did say he'd be back for Cody's title. So he can come into play. I saw there's some female twins on the bloodline too that could be popping up. Like they're still doing great with the bloodline story, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a big ass family.
It's wild.
Speaking of WrestleMania, have we heard anything about The Undertaker since he just pulled up and chokeslammed somebody real quick and bounced?
Well, like not wrestling wise, but he does like a one man show at every big event. He has one this weekend.
Oh, he does a one-man show at the event, or
Yeah, like for like SummerSlam weekend, part of the weekend. Like Sami Zayn has this comedy thing too, and then Undertaker's been doing a one man show for like a year or so.
okay. He said, "No, I just felt like going out there and choke slamming somebody real quick."
And he has and he was replacing Stone Cold because they couldn't work out the deal.
Gotcha.
Remember? And he, I think he has a podcast too. I watched part of it with The Godfather. The show was pretty dope.
I have seen some of the podcasts. It does look fucking awesome. I did see a little TikTok of Bret Hart spitting in Vince McMahon's face back in the day. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
About how he signed a contract to go to WCW and he was supposed to have one last match with Shawn Michaels and win or maybe lose in a different fashion. And
yeah, it's the famous WrestleMania or the Montreal Screwjob, man.
didn't know about it.
Yeah, that was you. You remember him in WCW though, right?
I do.
Like you were probably a little too young to know WWF Bret Hart.
Almost definitely. He was all WCW for me.
Yeah, so then that almost started to ignite the Monday Night Wars.
But he was still able to find his way back to the WWE for a little bit.
Well, everybody did because they bought WCW.
Bret Hart in the Wrestling Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm. Him and the Hart Foundation.
Yeah.
He's a two-timer.
That might have been the first group for me.
Nation of Domination for me.
Yeah, see, I was right after that for real.
The Nation, and then it was DX. NWO.
Like one of my first memories.
Harlem Heat.
Harlem fucking Heat.
Ah.
Fucking LWO.
Yeah, they're LWO's going right now.
Hell yeah.
Rey Mysterio's running that bitch.
One of my first memories is really Kane coming into the whole mix. Crazy. That's probably around the same time Sting turned into the Crow type shit.
Maybe.
Because I don't remember him before that. I barely remember the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Lex Luger was one of the, head dudes at WCW.
Macho Man was still doing his thing.
Yeah, bro.
R.I.P. Macho Man.
R.I.P. Macho Man, brother.
I think that's all we got, man. You got anything else? Got any shout outs?
No. Shout out USA, man. We the top gold medalers right now.
No, we're not topping gold. We're topping medals.
Top medalers right now.
We got 9 golds. But the last I checked, we got 9 golds and China had 11.
Holy fuck. Female boxer says, I quit to save my life after stopping Olympics bout against biologically male opponent.
I didn't bring that up on purpose.
It just popped up on my shit.
That
We'll save it for another time, man.
turned out to be false. That she might end up suing. Like that.
That was a false allegation.
That's about to get ugly. I didn't even bring that up on purpose. But if there are some people watching that do want to hear more opinion on that, I'd strongly suggest checking out an episode of the Mac Truck podcast this week. I just talked to her about this. She gave me some more information. I'll send you the article. But that's about to get ugly.
Tell me about it once we get off of this motherfucker.
I just figured I'd stay all the way the hell away from that and let that play out because that could get really ugly.
We are the 3. I'm CB DABully of Bully's Custom Styles. That's EB of In My Bag Apparel. We out.
We the 3.